Welcome to Anime Facts, where in this video we're going to review the type of ghouls that we have in Tokyo Ghoul. Where in this case, to understand the type of ghouls we have in Tokyo Ghoul, you have to understand the type of kagoons that are available in Tokyo Ghoul. And basically, ghouls have a predatory organ that functions as a weapon, as this organ is called a kagoon. It usually has a color red like blood, but colors do vary in the anime to distinguish the kagoon of each individual. It is extremely flexible but firm and sturdy. When released, a ghoul's physique is strengthened. They are more resilient and their mobility increases as well. A kagoon is composed of RC cells which flow just like blood and can become as solid as teeth. RC cells are basically blood cells that hold nutrients for ghouls, and when pushed together can form different types of muscles. It is described as a liquid muscle and it can be found within humans and ghouls. So these cells provide food and is used as the source of their strength as well. Typically, a ghoul stocks RC cells by eating people. Within the body, the RC cells are concentrated and stored in a kakuho. The kakuho is a sac-like organ that is only present in ghouls, and again, the purpose of the kakuho is to store the RC cells. A kagoon is a voluntary muscle, and as such, ghouls can control them whenever they want and repeatedly harden and soften them at will as well. A kagoon's size depends on the RC cell's quality and quantity, while the shape depends on the creativity and intellect of the user. All ghouls have the ability to heal rapidly. Although a ghoul's healing ability is high, the healing of wounds tend to be delayed if the wounds are inflicted by a kagoon. A kagoon goes through 3 different stages from creation to disintegration. The stages are the same for every ghoul who are able to manifest a kagoon. The first stage is the formative stage. At the point base of the kagoon where the RC cells erupt from the kakuho, the erupted RC cells will form bonds with each other. They will organize themselves in the structure that best fits their RC cell type in a repeated web. This repeated action of the cells will occur instantaneously and lead to the next stage, as the second stage is the fixative stage. The bonded RC cells will retain the resulted for a fixed length of time. The basic shape of the kagoon is seen at this stage. During this time, the defensive and offensive capabilities and weaknesses will take on their respective properties to the ghoul's RC cells, or RC type. The manifested kagoon's appearance is usually hereditary, taking on the shape and characteristics of their genetic predecessors. Additionally, a kagoon size also depends on the RC cell's quality and quantity, while the shape depends on the creativity and intellect of the user, which we had mentioned before, by the way. In relation to this stage is the user's manual control of the kagoon's movement and actions, which can include crystallization and increase in length, dexterity, sharpness, and concentration. As the final and third stage is the disintegrative stage. After time has ended, the bonds between the cells begin to break apart. At this point, the kagoon loses its bonds with the RC cells inside, as well as it becomes less solid or unstable. In the end, the kagoon deteriorates. The kagoon's appearance and the place of emergence on the body depends on the RC type of the ghoul. There are 4 different RC types, which is Yukako, Kohaku, Rinkaku, and Bikaku. As a guideline, each type can characteristically subdue another type, kinda like Pokemon, with fire beating grass but water beating fire. But this isn't always the case, as it depends on the person's experience, skills, and etc. Each RC type has a set of strengths and weaknesses, each one unique to its type. So let's go through each type. The Yukako. A Yukako kagoon is a kagoon that spreads out like feathers. It is released from the shoulder area. It specializes in high-speed attacks. Most of the users seem to have a highly enhanced speed once they unleash the kagoon. The kagoon is lightweight and can be used to deliver high-speed attacks against an adversary. The primary method of attack is crystallizing their kagoon to deliver a high-speed torrent of spike-like projectiles. However, whilst crystallized, they are much stiffer and cannot be used for short-range attacks. At least one Yukako type can generate powerful lightning-like bolts, a possible rare ability. While the kagoon is suited both for short-distance and long-distance attacks, short-range combat is considered their weakness. Altogether, Yukako type ghouls have a high chance of ending a battle quickly, as this is convenient, as releasing RC cells depletes their stamina. So basically, Yukako type users lack endurance and are at a disadvantage if the battle drags on for a long time. Yukako type users can use their speed and mobility to shoot down Bikaku type users from afar. However, a Kohaku type user can suppress a Yukako type user by successfully guarding against the Yukako type user's attack, which as a result, it leaves them vulnerable to counterattacks and exhausting the Yukako type user in the long run. So the next type of Kagun is the Kohaku. A Kohaku Kagun is released below the shoulder blade. Due to its high density of RC cells, it is heavy and extremely robust, giving it the greatest sturdiness and making them very well suited for defense. Normally they are generally shaped into armors or shields, but on the offense they can be shaped like melee weapons such as drills, hammers, blades, and swords. But due to its high weight, a Kohaku's speed is inferior to all other RC types, and the Kagun is difficult to wield. A Kohaku can fend off a Yukaku's onslaught using its guarding capabilities. However, a Rinkaku Kagun can deliver severe strikes against slow Kohaku, breaking their Kagun and breaching their defense. The Rinkaku. A Rinkaku Kagun has an appearance similar to scaled tentacles and is released at the back around the waist. A Rinkaku wielder has powerful regenerative abilities where some could even survive the most critical of damage. It has a peculiar appearance and structure which yield a superior striking power as they excel in brute force. Some Rinkaku users are able to manipulate the shape of their Kagun, such as changing it into a usual tentacle form or into a sword or claws. But in this case, for this type of Kagun, the regenerative power is a result of the RC cells easily binding together. The RC cells are similar to liquid, however, as a result, this means that the binding force among the RC cells are weak, therefore making the Kagun very soft and easy to break. But because the RC cells bind so easily, some Rinkaku can bind their multiple tentacle-like Kagun together to make a larger, stronger Kagun. So far, the number of tentacles the Rinkaku users can create are from 1 to 8 tentacles. A Rinkaku Kagun can deliver severe strikes against the slow Kohaku, penetrating the Kagun and breaching the Kohaku's defenses. However, a Rinkaku has serious problems fighting against the balanced Bikaku Kagun. A Bikaku Kagun can comprehensively deliver high power, allowing them to fight against the brute force Rinkaku. And the Rinkaku Kagun softness makes it comparatively easy for the Bikaku to cut the Kagun off. This basically disarms a Rinkaku no matter how much strength it may possess, leaving the Rinkaku at a disadvantage on the defensive side. It has been shown that in some cases a Bikaku can disable a Rinkaku's regenerative ability. A Bikaku Kagun, or as its nickname implied, a red tail Kagun, typically has a tail-like appearance as it is released around the tailbone. It is good for medium distance attacks and has decent offense, defense, and speed. Thus, they have no notable strengths or weaknesses like the Kagun based on other RC types, meaning the Kagun itself is treated as a surprise trump card. So far, the number of tails a Bikaku user can create are 1 to 14 tails, as shown by Mutsuki. A Bikaku has better speed and durability against the brute force breakable Rinkaku, allowing them to cut off the Rinkaku's Kagun. However, a Bikaku will be overwhelmed by the faster Yukako user and will lose against the Yukaku's long-range attacks. The balanced characteristics makes the Kagun a preferred Kinki type for inexperienced investigators as a result. In some cases, a Ghoul's Kagun can possess several unique abilities. While the Kagun's basic structure itself is quite simple, the occurrences concurrent with these phenomena are unexplained. However, they have been accredited to highly concentrated amounts of RC cells, and keep in mind that besides Kaguns, there are rare abilities that some Ghouls possess, which we'll go through the following as well. So, Pseudo, Electro, Kinesis. So, the ability where a Kagun can generate electricity. The Kagun, while in use, may be surrounded by a lightning-like aura, capable of generating electricity that can be utilized in an offensive and destructive manner. This is not a learned characteristic, but it is hereditary, originating from the Kakuho. Pseudo Pyrokinesis. The ability where a Kagun can generate flames. Thus far, this has only been demonstrated by a user in Kakuja form. However, the mutated RC cells were able to generate heat as well as flames reaching 4,000 degrees Celsius. Besides that, there are ghouls that have the ability to heal, where in both a Yukako and Rinkaku ghouls, this skill has been present, suggesting it may be an ability all RC types are capable of. The wounded may be healed from injuries such as large fatal wounds to needing whole bones replaced, whether they are another ghoul, human, albeit with added complications involving increased RC factors, or the owner of the healing Kagun, healing can be achieved within varying time parameters. Unlike electrokinesis, healing is not exclusively hereditary, but can be learned like a skill which can be improved over time with experience. An example being Nico's experience healing humans, describing it as a trick. Besides that, there's ghouls that have a rare ability of shapeshifting. This ability to mimic the appearance of others has only been shown by a single ghoul, indicating its uniqueness. The extent which it can be achieved is far enough to fool even those familiar with the individual being mimicked. This includes creating detailed facial features and body structures to be realistic enough to function more like the real thing. Besides that, there's a rare phenomenon called the kakuja, where in this case, when ghouls repeatedly cannibalize other ghouls, they rarely develop a abnormal kagun apart from the common predatory kagun. This kagun typically takes an armor-like shape, which ghouls with such a kagun are called kakujas. This abnormal transformation kagun also takes after the RC types. Besides that, we also have chimera types ghouls, where in this case, when ghouls with different RC types have children, there is a small chance they will inherit abilities from both parents and be born with a chimera kagun. This trait appears to be extremely rare, with only 3 known examples appearing in the entire series. Some special abilities some kaguns have are the detachment ability. The method hasn't been explained too much, but some ghouls possess a rare ability to detach part of their kagun. This detached piece maintains its trait for some time and continues to function separate from the main body. It can be used as a signal beacon, as walls, as well as be used as traps that pierce enemies that comes within range of it. But that's it, guys. If you guys like this video, leave a like, subscribe if you want to support this channel. If you have any requests, write it down in the comment section down below. Until the next video, take care.